space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
And to destroy cynicism at the box office.
Seamless transitions.
Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, the only show in the universe with the sole mission of destroying cynicism at the box office. Here are your hosts, Matt, Adam, and Sean.
Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast number 42 for December 5th, 2017. Could Quentin Tarantino direct the next Star Trek movie? And more importantly, would you want him to? On tonight's podcast, we discuss. You can chat with us on Twitter at Make Movies Great, toss us a like on Facebook at Make Movies Great, and heart all of our pictures on Instagram at Make Movies Great. Don't forget, this podcast is available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and YouTube. My name is Matt. Here with me is
Sean.
And I'm Adam.
all three tonight. Full house.
Full house.
Gang's back together.
Yes.
Strung a few
We were
hits
together last week too, so.
Yes.
Yeah, two in a row. We're getting there.
Yes. We got a lot of fun stuff coming up on the podcast. What have you guys been up to? What'd you guys do this past weekend? Anything fun? See any movies?
No.
Actually,
I thought I saw... I was up there. I was on the document today, and I was like, I saw a movie this weekend. And
You went out to see a movie?
I swear to God, I went to see a movie. And I went online to look at Cinema World to refresh my memory. And I'm like, I didn't see any of these. Like, shit. No, I didn't.
But you saw Justice League recently.
Last weekend.
Yeah.
Weekend before. So maybe that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But I was like, I definitely went this weekend. I don't know. It was kind of freaky.
I haven't been to the movie I went to Justice League. But before that, I hadn't been to the theater in a long time. Kind of disappointing. I don't know.
Well, you saw Thor, which I have not seen and I want to see.
Yeah.
But I wanna see that back.
Earlier this year, this year was a great year for movies, I think, in general. But as far as volume and the level of movies that were coming out. But earlier this year, I was going once a week. That was a normal thing. And then towards the end of the year, I kind of fell off.
Before I forget.
Yeah, I was in the same boat.
You were in the same boat, Adam?
Yeah, I felt like at one point I was going every week. And the same as Matt, I just sort of fell off.
Yeah.
Holiday season, doing family things.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, also, I looked at, these last couple weeks since we started doing the what's new in theaters.
Yeah.
I've noticed some weeks where I'm like, there's literally nothing in theaters this weekend that would make me want to leave my house and go see movies. And that's tough because I will go see pretty much anything in theaters.
Yeah, I kind of hear you.
You know? What were you going to say, Sean?
We need to do a wrap up the year movie.
Oh, for sure.
Because we did a half year.
Yes, we did.
Best movies
we
of
did.
the half year.
Did.
Now we got to do best movies.
Are we going to do
forward.
from the half year to the end, or are we going to include all movies now?
All movies.
Okay.
So
Well,
watch
I'll have to
some
go back
research
and listen to that episode because I want to see what we said about the first half
good point.
movies
It's a good point.
and see what came out since then.
I may already have a winner in my mind.
Yeah? It was in the second half?
Yeah.
Ooh, is it the one we're going to be talking to tonight on Movie Club?
I'm not sure.
Ooh, so tonight's Movie Club, we're talking about Mudbound. It's the Netflix original movie. Check that out. If you're listening to this, it's also in your inbox wherever you listen to podcasts, so check that out. We're going to do it's spoiler review, so if you want to watch that movie, which I think ahead of time, we're going to say we highly recommend you check this movie out, but if you don't care about spoilers, check out our Movie Club review of it. And next week, we had someone call in, not a stranger to us.
Who called in?
Steely Phil.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Steely Phil called in, and he left us a voicemail about what we should be watching next week for Movie Club. So I'm going to play it right now, or do you need to chime in?
Play it right now. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Ciao, Steely Phil here. I just want to recommend a movie for the Movie Club. I wanted to recommend Behind the Candelabra, starring Michael Douglas and your boy over there, Matt Damon. It's a great movie. I won't say too much about it. But Mark Manfredi actually recommended it to me, and I didn't think I was going to like it, but I got to say it's a phenomenal movie, so you guys should check it out. Thanks.
So, Behind the Candelabra, he wanted me to let everybody know it's on HBO Go.
Okay, that was my question.
Okay.
Is it 100% available? Because
It is.
the last time our very own foreign movie correspondent, Steely Phil, recommended a movie, it was not able to be found.
I verified that it is on HBO.
Right.
It was actually an HBO produced movie.
Right, I remember
so
this. I remember this movie. Yeah.
I think it, in perpetuity will be on
Gotcha.
HBO. So, Behind the Candelabra, it's a story of Liberace?
Liberace.
Yeah. Played by Michael Douglas.
Was Liberace, what nationality? Is he American?
I don't know. Sounds French.
Well, it actually sounds Italian.
Is it?
To me.
Liberace, I guess.
Liberace.
Yeah, it definitely sounds Italian, but
I'm not looking that up.
I would look it up, but I just want to know, is this a foreign movie correspondent type pick here?
So, I don't think it is. I think this is just he's an American pianist.
Okay, so it's not at all a foreign movie correspondent.
Not
but
at all.
We'll accept it, Steely. It's totally cool.
We'll take that.
At least we can find it.
I think it was really a recommendation from Mark Manfredi. I think Mitch enjoyed it as well.
Okay.
But Mark asked for the number to call in.
Feel free to call in, Mark.
I know. He asked for, call in and give us your review of it when we review it next week. So I think Mitch just kind of like Steely Phil passed it along.
Right.
I always fuck up his alter ego. Right. But anyway. Let's get. So Behind the Candelabra next week. It's on HBO Go.
Listen to Movie Club.
Trailers of the week. We have 2 this week. One's a teaser, but the first one, Adam.
Actually, Sean.
Oh, is this
Sean sent this to us in the group text today.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Sean.
I'm sorry. I didn't put it in there. I was gonna, but I was like, somebody else will. Altered Carbon.
Yes.
Netflix original.
Yep.
With my boy, I forget his name.
Joel Kinnaman.
Thank you. Joel
What else
Kinnaman.
is he in? He looks familiar.
He's in Suicide Squad.
Oh, is he Flag? Rick Flag?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And he's in The Killing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And that's what Adam would say. Yo, Lyndon. I always tell you.
Oh yeah.
Yo, Lyndon. Yo, what's up, Lyndon? So funny. Anyways, if you watch The Killing, you'll be able to keep up with that joke. But if you haven't, check it out. This looks really good. It looks Blade Runner-esque.
It does. Also, Blade Runner themes.
Yes, it does. It absolutely does.
Right.
Very sci-fi.
It's like you trade replicants for eternal
Whatever
life
that
and
is, yeah.
regular. I don't know. Yeah.
Altered carbon forms of life. I don't
Right.
know. The article I found it on was touting it as Netflix official dive into sci-fi.
Okay. Huh. Do we? So, all right, that's an interesting take, because do we count
Stranger Things
as sci-fi? Because I would say that Stranger Things is Netflix's first dive into.
If we're talking about it as,
are we talking like pulp? Like,
it gets weird with fantasy.
Sure,
sci-fi is this weird fan. Because first of all, okay, Dungeons and Dragons fantasy.
Yes.
Is it Dungeons and Dragons esque? Yes.
Yes.
It is.
Right.
So is it fantasy?
What about OA? Would you say that's sci-fi?
I would say the OA is sci-fi. So
Also,
this is my issue, Adam,
yeah.
is like they said it was their first official bid, but I think it's just because of Blade Runner recently.
Right.
And like this is what came out next.
Okay.
And it's so, I mean, does it get more sci-fi than Blade Runner?
No.
So maybe that's what they're going for. You know what I mean? But no, it felt weird to me reading that too, because I was like, what about Stranger Things and the OA and Sense8?
Right.
Sense8 is another one.
Which is a tragedy that's not being
tragedy.
That's not being done for a second season.
Although they're coming out with a movie.
What was the other movie we watched with Jason Segel and Robert Redford and at the beginning of Movie Club? We watched it for Movie Club. It was a Netflix show.
Discovery.
The Discovery, yeah.
Sci-fi.
I think it's a series.
Sci-fi too.
I think they were described. It is definitely sci-fi. I think the statement said series.
Okay. So this is a movie though. Altered Carbon's a movie.
No, this is a series.
Oh, it's a series.
Adam, could you tell?
Yeah, no, it's a series. You're right.
Yeah. Oh, see, I couldn't. I feel like that's always tough. It's like when you talk about Netflix, you're like, oh, it's a Netflix original. People are always like, is it a movie or is it a show?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
People get confused by that. Yeah.
The one thing I'm interested in it being a series is like when you have a movie like Blade Runner, it kind of covers the main topic, like what would happen if this, like maybe what the writer or author thinks is the most world dominating or most important factor of like replicants or whatever, right? But with a series, they can delve into the smaller things.
Okay.
Like, how would this type of technology affect this small niche in life, and how would it affect this small niche? So I'm excited to see where they go in that way, because they'll have more time.
Sure.
Because it's not going to be like a max 3-hour speed through. Anyways, I'm excited for this.
That's an interesting. That's an interesting concept.
I am too, Sean, and just to build on what you just said, there's just to sum it up, there's more opportunity to build on the story.
Yeah, thank you.
If you stretch it out over, an 8-episode season, and however many seasons they get, you can really look around for new storylines and new niches.
Right.
For the for everything to go. So I agree. I'm really excited for this. I'm glad we snuck this one in there today.
Yeah, looks good.
Agreed. And then the next one, Jurassic World 2, Fallen Kingdom. Right, that's the name of it. Fallen Kingdom. That's the tagline.
Yeah.
Well, not tagline, but they put out a teaser. There was 2. One was what looked like the island they were on in Jurassic World 1. There's a volcano erupting. There's dinosaurs running. Chris Pratt yells "Run!" And Bryce Dallas Howard and some other guy.
They're still there. They haven't got off the
Yeah,
island.
that's the number one question I have for this. In what scenario are those 2 back on that island? Right?
Yeah.
She's just a park representative. If that's the case, she's not going back. Chris Pratt, maybe. Maybe.
I think when I first saw Jurassic Park 2, I was like, why is it the same cast? But that's why.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense for it to be the same cast.
doesn't
Why would
make
you put
sense.
yourself in the
Why
same
would you
conversation?
ever go
The only
back?
thing was Jeff Goldblum, but he was reluctant.
Yeah. He didn't want to go back. And also, it was a different island, right?
His girlfriend was going.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Just when.
His girlfriend was going. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is odd. It's odd. That they're both on the same. They're both back. So I'm interested to see when the actual trailer drops on this Thursday, which is going to be the 7th. What if they show any more of the plot and see for what reason why they would be back on the island?
Right.
Short of being.
I'm not sure we know. There haven't been any hints about what the hell this is going to be about.
Short of being kidnapped, I'm not sure what the motivation is.
Yeah.
I just don't. Short of being kidnapped and kicked out of a plane.
I bet they're gonna do. There's probably gonna be a small group of people that go to the island to do some research, but then another larger group to go to the island and capture them and bring them back to San Diego and do a park.
Oh yeah, I agree. Is the company's name Amgen? In your vision?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I agree. I think you're absolutely right.
Wait, why? That's the plot of the third one.
Second one.
That's the plot of the second one.
That was the second one?
Yeah. The third one was...
that was the one where the dinosaur gets trapped in the cave and it gets out. And
which was, by the way, I watched that movie every day for months, and I think 5th grade. I would come home, pop in the VHS, and watch it front to back. I love that movie.
I think that the set I always loved set production and props on Jurassic Park movies. I thought that those night vision goggles in the first one
ridiculous.
were fucking awesome.
Oh, man.
I loved the way they decorated the cars. I loved the way that everything matched as it's a theme park. They did that so well.
Yeah, they did.
But I thought Lost World took it over the top with all that I don't
All
even
the
know
machinery
to and
grab
the big
them,
and
the
the
big
big double
cages,
RV
and the one with the extending seat.
Yes,
with the
net.
little dog catcher catching a dinosaur with a dog or the dog harness.
I thought that they did that
I was
so
a big fan of the high hide.
The what?
The what?
The high hide.
Oh, the high hide.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
absolutely.
I thought that those Jurassic Park movies did that
Hide.
so well. They kind of lost it in the third one, but the first 2 movies were the production design, set
First 2 were
design,
good.
props, so good.
Third one lost me.
I love that. Yeah.
First
And
one,
you know what?
go ahead, Adam.
Oh, I was gonna build off of what one of you said earlier about why would they ever go back, and Jeff Goldblum's character, he had a reason, but other than that, it was a completely new cast. And in the third one, they continued with that. Even with the third one, they continued with that scene.
New cast, but they went back.
Yeah.
They had to convince Alan, other than Alan Grant, it was a whole new cast. They had to throw a ton of money at it there. It was the island he's never been to.
Yeah.
So
in all 3 movies, it was a different island or only one of the same characters throughout.
Wasn't though his love interest in?
Wasn't she in there?
She was just on the phone. She was only in it for a couple things.
That's right.
She answered
She
the
didn't
phone.
go on the
Yeah,
island.
she didn't
That's
go on the
right.
island. Yeah.
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 I think he like sabotaged her or something.
So anyway, and then in the second little teaser, there's what looks like a T-Rex tied up in the back of a big truck, but that T-Rex looks small. Do you guys agree?
It did look small.
It did look small, so I don't know if it's the full-size T-Rex, because the head of the full-size T-Rex is...
Well, they're inventing
the size
new
of a car.
dinosaurs now, so
Right.
maybe it's like
Sure.
the T-Rex mini or something.
Yeah, or a baby.
Pocket T-Rex.
Pocket
Pocket
T-Rex.
T-Rex.
Pokey T-Rex.
Pocket T. Rex.
Rex.
And then it like opens. He goes next to it. It opens its eyes like that classic Jurassic Park scene from like the dinosaur crouches by the Ford Explorer.
Yeah,
and opens
yeah.
its eye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, interesting little piece of information. I was gonna save this until the end. I watched Kong Skull Island this weekend, and I'll get into that when we talk about what we watch. But Samuel L. Jackson's in that movie, and he's also in the original Jurassic Park.
Yes, he
And in
is.
both movies,
Did
he
you say
said,
hang on
"Hold
your butts?
In both movies, he says, "Hold on to your butt."
Really?
No way, really?
That's definitely an Easter egg for Jurassic Park.
It's got to be.
What's
Hey,
his character like? Oh, we can talk about it later.
If Pacific Rim,
Yeah.
Godzilla, and King Kong are
That's
all
what I was
going to
gonna
be in the
ask.
same movie,
Are they? Is he
maybe
the
it's
same
gonna be-
character?
Yeah, maybe it's going to be Jurassic Park too, Jurassic World.
That'd be crazy.
The monster verse.
Dude, dinosaurs wouldn't stand a chance against a Jaeger. Just saying.
Never.
Maybe they team up.
Yeah,
maybe they're anti-Kong.
Maybe they connect like the Power Rangers, like a Megazord, Mega Dinosaurs. That's what they're doing. Anyway, that's Trailers of the Week.
Kaiju.
All right, we got some movie news. So first up, one of the bigger news things.
So I saw this and I was like, I should put that in a document. I was like, nah, somebody else will.
Got it.
Second time for this document.
Yeah. So Quentin Tarantino could possibly direct the next Star Trek movie. And then I got this little thing from Cinema Blend. I'll read it for you guys. When asked, Quentin Tarantino, if he'd ever want to make a Star Trek movie, Quentin Tarantino said that it was worth having a meeting about. Well, it looks like more than a meeting is about to take place as a writer's room is assembling to bring the Hateful Eight director's idea to a Trek movie out of dry dock and into the final frontier. It's clever. Should the script be good enough, it sounds like Tarantino himself might even climb aboard and direct the fourth entry of the film franchise rebooted by J.J. Abrams in 2009.
Before we get into this,
Yes.
somebody is asking you who Quentin Tarantino is.
Someone's asking me. Oh,
Do you say he's the Hateful Eight director?
no? I say he's
What do
Pulp,
you say?
Pulp Fiction director.
What do you say, Adam?
I would say Reservoir Dogs for me.
I would
Yeah.
say Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I would.
Hateful Eight.
I would,
Just because it's more recent, I get it. But
right.
for me,
It's his most recent. Hateful Eight's
no,
his
that's what I'm
most recent.
saying.
right?
It's
Yeah,
most
yeah,
recent.
yeah,
I understand why they said that.
Yeah.
But for me, he's not. He's the Pulp Fiction or Kill Bill or Reservoir Dogs.
Right.
You know what? It might be Kill Bill for me.
Kill Bill director. Yeah.
So
Anyways.
this is interesting on a number of levels. So let's break this down a little bit at a time. So from what I was reading in the article, Quentin Tarantino has come out and said that he has an idea for a Star Trek movie, specifically one that goes along with the world that J.J. Abrams started back in 2009 with his Star Trek movies, which I think is really fascinating because I think he's a big fan of the source material. Quentin Tarantino, I think he's a big Trekkie. So this is huge, and also for him to want to like not start his own Star Trek and like continue off of J.J. Abrams means he also is a big fan of these movies, which I can totally agree with. I liked all three of them. I don't know if you guys have seen all three of the new Star Trek movies,
think I've only seen
but
the
they're all
first one.
great.
Yeah.
They're all really good. I like them a lot. I think they do a lot for people who have never seen Star Trek before. I think they like brought a lot of fans,
Well, the first movie
including
resets
myself.
it, does it not?
There's a little
Which
bit of
I
weaving
liked.
because you have
Why not?
Leonard Nimoy was in the first one.
Right.
Yeah,
new,
right.
New
Yeah.
alternative plot.
Yeah,
I love it.
it makes total sense. And that was actually a move that like hardcore Star Trek fans didn't hate either.
Yeah.
It's like something that happens in Star Trek as it is, so
Yeah.
it's whatever, par for the course. So anyway, so he's sitting down. They're saying he might sit down with J.J. Abrams and talk about this fourth one. And I got to be honest, I thought these movies were going to be dead. Like, I thought the first one, I was like, that was great. I don't know if they'll make another one. Oh, they're making a second one. The second one was great. I don't know if they'll make a third one. They made a third one. And now it looks like the fourth one is coming.
Looks like it.
If I was a betting man, I would say that Quentin Tarantino would help write the script. I don't think he's going to direct it.
I
You don't think so?
I don't know. I mean, don't. My heart of hearts would love to see Quentin Tarantino behind the helm of a Star Trek movie,
funny, I
or
wouldn't.
just a big budget movie in general, because I would like to see what that looks like. He's never done it before. I mean, his movies are big budget now, but not a big studio movie. You know,
Right.
I want to see
special
this.
effects.
There's a piece of me that's very curious to see what that looks like.
I'm curious, but I think it would feel too much like fan fiction. Not that he's like extremely
Yeah,
good
yeah,
at
yeah.
what he does
Yeah,
and whatever.
sure.
But like for me, it's like, and this is boiling down Quentin Tarantino way more than he should be. But it's like it'd be hyper violent and hyper witty dialogue,
Yeah,
and like I love that about him.
Yeah.
I'm not trying. It's not an insult. Like
Yeah,
I love it, and I can appreciate what other things his movies do. His movies do. But I think it would be too weird. I think him co-writing would be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
directing, I think, is way weird for me.
yeah. At the end of the day, like I said, I don't think he's going to direct. But I will if they're making a fourth movie, and he's into. It's the washing machine. The washing
really?
machine makes this horrible creaking noise.
funny.
If they're making a fourth Star Trek movie in this universe, and Quentin Tarantino has come out and said he's interested in lending a hand in the story, and he has a story,
That's really cool.
I think that's cool for him to lend a hand to this movie. I think that would be really awesome.
Yeah, I'm definitely on board with it. It would be interesting to see him direct it, but I'm kind of leaning towards your thinking. That both of you did it, that it would be weird for him to direct it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And it would be way different than the
Not to say I
other
wouldn't
three.
see- I've been meaning to watch. Into Darkness and Beyond. Are those two? Is that 2 and 3?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the first one, and I'm like, I was never a big Star Trek guy, but I saw the first one of this trilogy in theaters, and I loved it. I just never got around to seeing the other two, and I heard good things. But this would probably urge me to actually see them. You know?
And he's starting, I think in a few months, they're slated to start filming his next movie. So I think he's pretty wrapped up in his movies when he's filming. So at least for the next 5-6 months, he's going to be full on in his new Charles Manson movie. So who knows? And who knows what the timetable is for this movie? I don't think that really anything has happened yet. I think maybe this is the first little like bubbling of like this movie actually coming to fruition.
How many movies did Quentin say he was going to write and direct?
10. I don't think he's gonna. That was
this
my
count?
next thing.
Does this
So
count?
does this count? If it does count, no, don't want it. I want 10 Quentin Tarantino movies.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think this will count.
I want him to cut the shit and make Kill Bill 3. I want that to be number 10.
It's a script. He has the script.
I know.
He wrote it. I mean, it's there. I gotta imagine. If not this is going to be his 9th, the Charles Manson movie.
Yes.
Or is you're right.
Yeah.
It's the 9th.
Nice.
Maybe his
Hateful
swan
Eight.
song is Kill Bill 3.
Yeah, because I like that it pops up on the internet every few years that you're right, that it's written and he's just it's supposed to I guess this is a guess or a theory that it's supposed to be Vivica A. Fox's daughter coming back for revenge against the bride because
Right.
in Volume 1 she says, basically I'll be waiting when you're ready.
Yep. That's a
So,
great way to
I
put
think
it. That's a
that's
great way to do
amazing.
it.
So I would love to see that. See the Deadly Viper Assassin Squad. Is that what it
Yes.
was?
Yeah. The Quentin Tarantino Kill Bill Volume 1 and 2 is like my favorite. It's my favorite Quentin Tarantino. The like ultra
That was
bloody
first Tarantino movie I saw.
was
I ever
Kill
saw.
Bill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kill Bill 1. I loved it.
It was
I've
one
never
of my
seen Jackie
first.
Brown.
Jackie Brown's good. I've only seen Jackie Brown once though.
I want
A
to see
long
Jackie
time
Brown.
ago. It's good. I don't know if I might have it around there somewhere.
That's right. I still have Ex Machina.
Oh right, you ever see it yet?
I haven't watched it yet, and I need Planet Earth 2 tonight.
Oh, I can
Ooh,
get it.
you know what, Sean? Sean, why don't you save Ex Machina for whenever we decide to do a freestyle movie club again?
Oh, like this coming weekend?
Oh yeah, yes, 100% yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well,
Bring it.
But we're doing this one this week.
Well, no, I mean we can. if we get some bad weather, you know what I mean?
Well, listen. I'm not opposed to all three of us watching Ex Machina again and doing a separate movie club episode next week if you guys are inclined
maybe we'll
to.
do that. Maybe we'll do that.
I'm not opposed to all three of us talking about Ex Machina because I would watch it again just to to catch up with you guys.
Or I can watch it. Little behind the scenes how this podcast is made, everybody.
Yeah, see, there you go. How the meat is made.
That's how agreeable
that's not
we
it.
are.
What's it? How the sausage is made.
How the meat
is the correct is the correct. Dude, the other day I was doing the podcast with Ryan and I said I got mixed up with gray area and blurred line and I said what the fuck did
Gray
I say?
line
The
or
gray
blurred
line,
area?
yeah, the
Gray liner.
yeah. The gray line. That's a gray line. It's just a gray line, guys. Just stating a fact. All right, next on movie news. Baby Driver 2 is in the works, said Edgar Wright. And that is going to be this week's...
Is this good or bad?
I still can't believe that's so perfect.
I love it.
So, here are the facts we know. He says he will at least write Baby Driver 2. That doesn't mean he's going to direct it.
I need him to direct it. He's got a very distinct style.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
If he writes it and it's going to be made, Edgar Wright needs to be directing it. If he writes it and someone else directs it, I'm not really that into it.
This is turning into Fast 5 or Fast whatever.
I hope not.
It's gonna happen.
Why?
Stop it. If this happens, it's gonna happen.
I thought that Baby Driver ended perfectly. I loved it
It
as
should
a
be
whole.
a standalone. I hate this.
Why would Baby ever get back driving
I
for a
hate
car?
this.
Why would he ever?
Hate
Kevin
this.
Spacey's character's dead.
He's also not playing. He won't come back.
He won't come back. But
He's out of the.
the only reason why he would be driving is that reason. So this is it is upsetting because I love Baby Driver. So one of my favorite movies of the year. It's upsetting that they're just gonna because of his success. I think he's probably trying to be strong-armed into making a sequel. It took him 14 years to get the first Baby Driver movie made, and now all of a sudden it's making money, and he should move on to bigger and better things and make something different. He should go back to Simon Pegg and Nick Frost and make another movie with them. That's what I think.
Yeah.
He should direct the Flash movie.
Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yep. And then DC can be like, fuck you, Marvel. You had your chance with Ant-Man. Now we have him, and we're going to put him in the Flash movie. That's
perfect.
That's a great idea.
I can't hate this Baby Driver idea more.
Yeah.
This is a early masterpiece in Edgar Wright's career.
Yeah.
And he can improve and do better.
Yeah.
But for now, leave it alone.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree. So
It's bad.
in today's Hollywood and movie climate, it looks like it's probably going to get made if they're even talking about it.
Whatever.
And there's money to be made, Sean.
Yeah,
The almighty dollar.
Strong,
Adam, you want to talk about this next thing?
Yep. So up next, Bryan Singer, probably most widely known for his work on all the X-Men movies, has been fired as the director of the Queen biopic, and he's apparently moving his stuff out of Fox Studios. So bad breakup.
got the old box.
He got kicked out of the house.
It's got the old box with the.
Update me
ruler
on the
and
Queen biopic.
Queen biopic. Rami Malek is playing
Freddie Mercury, but
Freddie Mercury.
Are they filming?
Yes, they're filming right now.
Not great.
So they don't have a
good.
director right now.
Correct. Filming his production has halted.
That's too bad.
I don't know of any details. I mean, it could be disagreements. I mean, Bryan Singer, he was involved with the first X-Men movie. He might have even directed the first X-Men movie, and so they've had a long-standing relationship. And even I remember a few years ago, I think it was around the time Days of Futures Past came out. There was something in the media about him being a weird guy, and he survived that, made another X-Men movie, and I'm not sure what this is, if it's related to him being a weird guy or discrepancies over how the movie was going, but
I feel
this is bad for all parties considered.
Yeah, I feel like if he got canned because he was just like a weird guy and whatever comes along with that. I feel like that would have happened a long time ago because he's like you said, his like relationship with Fox has been so good, or it's so prolific. I get prolific. I don't know. This is disheartening, but I got a solution. Ron Howard. He's the fire director's director.
Ron Howard.
Call Ron Howard. Get him in there. I'm pretty sure he's doing
in the bullpen.
exactly. Just get him out there.
Bring him in.
I don't know what he knows about Queen or Freddie Mercury, but
Everything.
get him in there.
I mean, narrate.
I would be fine if they just had Rami Malek sing Queen's greatest hits as Freddie Mercury for the whole movie. I think that'd be fine. Like dress as Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Who's that guy that won or lost American Idol but became the stand-in for Freddie Mercury?
Oh, Adam Lambert.
Yeah, Adam Lambert.
Adam Lambert.
Yeah. He's
Why
pretty
is
good.
I've
But
heard.
he doesn't look like Freddie Mercury.
No, he doesn't.
Rami Malek looks just like Freddie Mercury.
Jen's parents saw Queen with Adam Lambert, and they said he was amazing.
Really?
I bet.
Yeah, that's one. That's a concert I'd go see if they toured again.
I've heard he's quite a showman,
Yeah.
so it's great.
Lord Lambert.
Yeah, Lord Lambert. So Bryan Singer done. No more.
Dunzo. See you,
Fox
Bri.
and Queen. So call Ron Howard.
Later, Bri.
So have you guys seen Escape from New York with Kurt Russell?
I've seen clips.
Okay.
Same.
Great movie. Big fan. Obviously a big fan of Kurt Russell. You all know that.
Oh yeah.
Wait, is Kurt Russell?
got an eye patch in the movie.
Yes, it's the best Kurt Russell look since the thing.
Yeah.
Is that? Wait, hold on. Escape New York. Is that when that guy's head explodes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wait, what's the? Isn't there a Kurt Russell movie like Big Dog Chinatown or
Big Trouble in Little Chinatown.
Big Trouble in Little
Yeah,
Chinatown?
yeah.
Is
Different.
but like
movie.
kind of same feel or no?
Yeah, very same
okay,
feel.
all right.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know if I was getting this confused.
So there's a reboot script flying around, written by Neil Cross. Screenwriter Neil Cross had to say this. So Robert Rodriguez is attached to direct, and it's looking good and exciting. It was quite a challenging script. It's a challenging thing to reinvent. One of the most terrifying sentences I've ever heard in my life is, "We've given the script to John Carpenter." I crawled around for 3 days thinking, "Oh my God," but we got John Carpenter's seal of approval.
Whoa.
He approved it, and that's all I need. You never quite know if it's done, but I might need to do some rewrites and do some nip and tuck, but in the first approximation, my job is done. So Neil Cross wrote, and I don't really know what Neil Cross is famous from or if he's done anything notable, but he has a finished script that is approved by John Carpenter for a reboot of Escape from New York.
Not a remake.
No, reboot. Yeah, I had to go back and look at that. This is a reboot. This is a reinventing of the world of Escape from New York.
So different story.
I would assume a very similar story with different elements shuffled around. So my question is, he says that we got John Carpenter's seal of approval, and he said that's all he needs. And my question is to you guys: is that all you need to want to do get the green light to do a reboot of a movie? Like, I understand that the guy who did the original, and the keeper of that. It's like, at this point, though, in his life, in John Carpenter's life, it's like, sure, like, yeah, it's a great script. I'll accept. I approve. Like, that's awesome. But you never really see like people like being gatekeepers for their intellectual property nowadays. You know what I mean?
Which is, I think, is kind of a shame because it is there. It's like, what's the difference between a writer director, and somebody who did a famous painting, the Mona Lisa?
Sure, absolutely,
right,
absolutely.
So it's like it kind of gets weird when a lot of people work on something.
Yeah,
like who owns it, who put the money up, who produced it, who does this, blah blah blah.
So I think that right here, like, everybody's excited. It's like, oh, John Carpenter gave his seal of approval. It's go ahead, make it. It's going to be great. But is that really like?
So like, I feel like this is an old movie, but it's kind of like a obscure movie.
Yeah,
would you agree?
It is obscure. Yeah,
so let's make it not obscure.
Yeah.
Think about the most amazing movie, biggest blockbuster, least obscure movie you can think of.
Me right now?
Yeah. Or Adam.
Brave Little Toaster.
No, that's a little more
Is that
obscure.
gonna work? Shit. Oh, like not
Say again?
Like not obscure. Not obscure, like most popular movie, but well liked. Like, do you want to say Star Wars? What are you looking up right now?
What am I looking up?
Yeah, what are you looking up?
I'm bringing up Escape from New York just so I can bring up any facts if I need to.
So I guess my question is, let's just go with Quentin Tarantino. Let's go with the theme.
Yep.
Okay? Kill Bill.
Yeah.
20 years from now, somebody wants to make a Kill Bill reboot.
Yeah.
Whatever that means.
Yeah.
They run it by Quentin Tarantino.
Right.
Quentin Tarantino says he likes it.
Yeah.
Are you okay with it? Quentin Tarantino, the man who wrote, directed.
He would never say that.
Okay, but if he did,
Yeah.
is that enough for you? Is that all you need?
If Quentin Tarantino's caliber, yeah. See, that's
It's
see,
tough.
You're
You know
throwing it back on me. Yeah, I would. I would. Yeah.
When you put it like that, Sean, when one person has so much invested in the entire movie, it's tough to think about it coming from someone else's brain.
You're
Again.
absolutely right. But when that one person says it's okay,
Yeah,
are you okay with it?
I guess if
Adam,
that
what's your
person
favorite
is
movie?
okay with it,
What's your favorite movie?
I'm gonna have to be okay with it.
Adam, what's your favorite movie?
Oh, you're
favorite movie?
but see, you're getting into a difficult territory because if someone told me they wanted to remake Tommy Boy, I'd say yes in a heartbeat just to see another Tommy Boy because I
Well,
still have
okay.
the original that I love so much.
Okay.
Yeah.
You love it.
Yeah.
And the director of Tommy Boy said this is a good script,
Yeah.
so it's okay.
Yeah.
So if someone, well, like, I don't know if it's my favorite. It's definitely
Yeah. I know
for
it's tough to
me.
pick a favorite.
But if someone told me that they wrote a script for Interstellar
Uh-huh.
I knew you were
and
going to say that.
Christopher Nolan gave it his seal of approval, I'd be intrigued, but I'd be like, oh, I love the first one so much. You know what? Like why?
Also,
Yeah, I hear you.
is there pressure? There's
I
probably
know that's not really an answer. But
No, I hear you. You're okay, but you're a skeptic.
Is there pressure in that scenario for Christopher Nolan to say yes to help him get jobs in Hollywood?
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
You know, help get his movies funded.
Maybe.
I don't know. It just that kind of like, I mean, in his, all right, listen, you're Neil Cross. You wrote a Escape from New York script, a reboot, and you get it in front of John Carpenter and he likes what you're doing. Imagine being that person. Imagine being a person who wrote a Kill Bill reboot.
No, it's unbelievable.
Quentin Tarantino says,
I would say that's all I need.
Right.
It's good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so,
just-
you know, it is what it is. I'm excited
It's all
for
he
it.
needs. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's all the public needs.
I need Kurt Russell to be in this one as the president this time. I don't know if you guys remember what the. I need Kurt Russell to be. I need that like kind of that thing. I need that. I need him back in it. I need him to be.
You need
the
that
president.
intertextuality.
Yes, I need him to be the president. So that's all.
I need it to be starring Kurt Russell.
I don't know if you could. I don't know if you can make it starring Kurt Russell anymore for the type of.
that would be tough. But,
It'll have to be like I don't know who would play the
Snake Plissken.
yeah
Plissken?
Snake. I don't know who would
So
play.
what
like
does
him.
reboot mean?
Reboot means it's gonna
Starting over.
be yeah.
Starting over. So like,
Yeah.
would you call Jurassic World?
Wait, no.
A reboot?
No, it's a sequel. Jurassic World.
Yeah,
That's a
sequel.
sequel.
Reboot is
Because
a sequel.
It lives
Sorry.
like because like how like the one of the controllers, the guy in the control tower had the old Jurassic Park
Give me a
t-shirt
reboot.
on.
Give me a reboot.
A reboot?
Give me one. You can look it up because I'm really curious about this term.
I'll come up with one right now. What's a reboot?
Would you consider Mad Max Fury Road a reboot?
No.
Okay.
Although it rebooted the series, like I kind of want
Exactly.
to, and that's how I feel about Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Like with your definition, I would say no, but with a reboot, like getting the world going again, like almost like
Shit, why can't I think of any reboots?
like
I feel like-
defibrillating the series and like bringing it back to life. I feel like is rebooting.
Well, The Italian Job was a reboot. Oh, or is that a
Okay.
remake?
Well, so here we are. This is what I'm asking. I don't know.
You ask all the good questions.
I don't know.
You're right. So is it a reboot?
What does it mean?
Is
What
it a
is the
sequel?
script? I don't know.
Is it a reboot?
Tron?
Is it a remake?
Tron? Is Tron a reboot or a remake?
I've never seen.
Well, it's a
the full
sequel,
original one.
right?
It's technically
it's
a sequel.
but it
Yeah.
also
Rebooted
it.
the franchise.
Yeah. But just because you make another movie in the franchise, of course it's a reboot. You made the movie. Like,
So here's my
it's-
question:
It's,
What is
it's
it?
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Rebooted it. Okay. So what are we talking about here? Is this a sequel?
I don't know, Sean.
I don't know. I need to know more.
Sean asked the tough questions.
I need to know more.
My, from what I understand from this, it sounds like it's going to be a remake of the original with some things changed.
Okay.
It's going to keep the same. I'm assuming it's going to keep the same plot. Manhattan or whatever, wherever, is turned into a giant prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
Something to do with the president, or maybe not. True Grit is a remake. That's
It's a
correct.
remake.
It's a remake.
Okay.
Not a reboot. I don't know. I think maybe we have to sit down on another podcast and discuss what constitutes remakes, sequels, and bring examples to the table and talk about what. And I think we should actually put them into buckets and be like, this is a remake because of this reason. I don't know if you guys remember, but we had a conversation, I think it was back in high school, where we were trying to determine what made fast food, and regular food. Like,
Yes, we did.
Where was the delineation?
We had it, yeah.
Right?
Yep. Is Subway fast food?
And I think I think one of the, not to get way off topic here, you thought this was a movie podcast, but I think what we ended up coming down to was if you said you were eating there or to go, if the wrapper or presentation changed, it was not considered full fast food, but also not like, there was like a middle ground. Anyway, I think we should sit down and do that about remakes, reboots.
Okay.
You know,
I think we should too.
and bring examples to the table. Yeah. But anyway,
I've got one more little piece of movie news. I didn't write it on here, but it's Kurt Russell related.
Ooh.
So Kurt Russell in a Netflix Christmas movie. I don't think it's coming out this year because the news of it just came out. Kurt Russell will be playing Kris Kringle himself.
Ooh, Popo Gijo?
You will be playing Santa Claus in a Netflix original Christmas movie.
Popo Gijo.
That's good news because I looked at the Netflix Hollywood list. Or I'm sorry, holiday list this week. It is horrendous.
Yeah.
The best one is The Grinch with the Jim Carrey Grinch. It's the best movie by a mile.
Is Christmas Vacation not on Netflix?
I don't even think so. Like, they all
the
suck.
Night Before Christmas is on there, so.
That's right.
Every single... That's not a Christmas movie.
It is, according to On Demand.
I totally ignored it. I did see it on the holiday list, but Netflix was tricked because the word Christmas was in the title. That's all it was.
Hey.
The rest sucked. They all sucked.
All right, let's go to the next topic. So new in theaters this week, we have Just Getting Started, I, Tonya, November Criminals, which actually features Ansel Elgort, who we were talking about Baby Driver. He was in Baby Driver. And my pick of the week, The Disaster Artist, which is a behind-the-scenes look at, it's not a documentary, it's a narrative, but it's a behind-the-scenes look at the making of The Room, one of the best, worst movies of all time. That's what it's.
I got a lot of things to say about it.
Starred and directed and written by Tommy Wiseau, who's a Hollywood enigma. Go ahead. What do you want to say about that? I know you don't like James Franco.
Did you want to say the rest?
No, that's it. There's only 4.
Not gonna see this movie.
Why?
Because I don't like James Franco.
And Seth Rogen. And it's like your kryptonite.
It's like my kryptonite. Oh no, guys! Oh my god. After that,
you're crazy.
Did the people from The Room get any money off this movie? Did this guy that they're depicting?
Tommy Wiseau. I actually just listened to a podcast with Seth Rogen talking about the movie, and they talked with Tommy about the movie, and I think he's cut in on something. They either bought the rights to it, not the whole rights to the movie, but like enough to make this movie about it. So I don't know. I don't know if all the people are getting money, but I would assume that Tommy Wiseau is getting money.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope so.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that your boy James Franco has been getting rave reviews for his performance.
Yeah, I heard Oscar nominees.
He absolutely has. It looks really funny, and I've never seen The Room, but I understand I've seen clips of it. I understand what the pop culture.
What do you know about this guy?
What do I know about? Nobody knows anything about this guy. People don't know his age. Like, it's a notorious thing where people don't know how old he is. They don't know where he's from. They don't know his backstory. Nothing. He just showed up at Hollywood one day and said he wanted to make a movie, and this is the movie he had in mind. And he hooked up with whoever the guy that plays his actual brother in the movie. His brother Dave Franco plays this character who he hooks up with to make this movie, and then they raise this money and they put billboards everywhere. And Hollywood is like this big phenomenon because the movie was so bad. But then it ends up getting like a huge following, and it's like,
yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, no one knows anything about this guy, Tommy Wiseau. It's like he's like a mystery. Even Seth Rogen on the podcast was saying, he's like, I talked to him. He's like, you can't get a like a lock in of where he's from with his accent. Like he's just like an enigma. Like nobody knows anything about him, and he refuses to give up any information about who he is. Just like a very strange guy. So. Yeah, Tommy Wiseau. And so, yeah, it's getting a lot of great reviews. They're saying James Franco's brilliant. That's a quote, saying he's brilliant in it. I am going to see this. I think it's going to be cool. I'm into that.
I don't know.
And I think it should be funny. Paul Scheer's in it, who's Andre from the League.
Yeah.
Whoa.
He's in it. Yeah. Always a funny guy. I like Seth Rogen. I think he's funny and hilarious. So I'll see it.
I like Freaks and Geeks.
It's funny. You don't like anything else, but you don't like Pineapple Express?
I just don't like his voice. Like, no, I don't even dislike Seth Rogen. It's his freak out yell.
Okay.
It just goes right through
So
me.
you don't like him as an actor? Do you like Superbad?
I like Superbad.
Okay.
I don't dislike every movie he's in. I just don't like it when he's like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just not for
It's
me.
fine. That's fine.
It just goes through me.
I'm not judging. It's fine.
It's nothing personal.
It's fine.
Franco, on the other hand,
Wait, what about Franco?
nothing. We changed topics.
Oh, we'll get back to that. What are we watching this week? I actually am watching Interstellar. I just watched Interstellar. It's
good
nothing
movie.
new. It's a
a
great
good
movie.
movie.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
great
it's
movie.
on here once every 3 or 4 weeks.
I also
Somebody
rewatched.
watch
I
it.
always watch. Yeah, it's always in my rotation. I have like a side.
Yours
table.
or Adam's or mine.
Yeah, I have
It's always in the rotation.
I have a side table upstairs next to my TV, and I have like 6 or 7 Blu-rays up there that I always watch, and so it's in that rotation, and I'll always be like, "Oh, I'll pop on Interstellar."
Yep.
Fucking amazing. Arrival is now on that.
Oh, my
and I
God.
watched Arrival again this week.
It's those two.
It's
So good.
fucking good.
It's perfect.
It's amazing. It's those two movies. Those two movies are
And for different
almost
reasons.
perfect
For me.
right? For
Different reasons, they're perfect.
Okay,
Like, for me. But you feel the same way or what? You don't feel the same way,
I mean,
but you like them both.
I talked about how I think Arrival is almost a perfect movie, and it's because of the story and the way the story's delivered, and that stuff. And I said it's almost like it's a sci-fi movie, like not by accident, but like it's this whole other thing. It's like it's so well done, and in the way that it's shot, it's beautiful. But the story is just, and the plot and the characters, I think the character development of Amy Adams' character is...
It's so original.
It's so original.
Yeah.
And it takes the same idea of Interstellar in time, but it pulls it right out from under you.
Yeah. Yep.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And Interstellar... I
And
mean,
linguistics?
yes.
Which is a scientific thing. Like, people who speak different languages think differently about time.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
Yeah.
European languages, and it's a cultural, or it's the way they speak and the tone, the quickness.
Yeah.
They think about time differently.
Yeah.
You think about East Coast, you think about South, you think about West, the speed at which people talk, and how punctual they have to be. East Coast, you're on time. South, take your time. And it's just kind of taking that little aspect of linguistics and just blowing it up into time
amplifying
travel.
it, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
and, you know,
yeah.
obviously it's sci-fi, but
Yeah. And so, and like, I just love Interstellar too for the... I mean...
there's an Interstellar too.
I like...
I cannot wait.
I like Interstellar for a lot of like that whole like that has a similar, like you were saying, similar plot, has a similar like structure to like the story, how it's told. But I love Interstellar for like the, you know, I mean, I want to boil it. I'm gonna boil it
Please.
down. The science, the spaceships, the costumes,
The first most
give it to-
accurate depiction of a black hole,
yeah,
as stated by Kip Thorne, the writer.
yeah.
He said that is the most accurate depiction of what a black hole would look like with a colliding galaxy.
Okay.
With that light
Yeah,
warping around it.
It's the
It's the only way you see
event horizon.
Well, everyone has an event horizon, yes, but it's the only way you see a black hole if it's
Yeah.
interacting with a light source, a star, or a galaxy like that one is.
Yeah.
But he sat there with the production team, Kip Thorne, the writer, who is a physicist,
Yeah.
good friends with Carl Sagan. This
Okay.
guy is amazing. Who wrote this?
Yeah.
And he said he worked it through him. This is what it would look like. No light would bend this way. Blah 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 blah. And he said at the end that is the most accurate way.
Yeah.
It's the most accurate black hole you can
So,
see.
that-
Interstellar.
I just love Interstellar.
amazing.
So I watched both those movies this week again. Just for shits and giggles, just because they're so fucking good. Just amazing. The other thing I've been doing, it's kind of watching. It's more playing as well. I got this game called Batman. It's part of the Telltale series. So if you guys are not familiar with the Telltale series, it's less of a video game and more of like a choose your own adventure movie.
Ah, that's
and so you play as Bruce Wayne, like any other Batman game, I think. What?
Is that the laundry?
Yeah, no, it's the washing machine upstairs. It makes a horrible creaking
Oh, that's
noise when you open
amazing.
it, yeah.
That's like that should
I've
be
tried
in a movie.
I tried oiling it a million times.
No, you
but-
should capture that. Put it in a movie.
Yeah,
that's a monster.
It sounds like something that would be in Blade Runner.
Yes, it does.
So anyway, Batman the Telltale series. So they have a bunch of other Telltale series games. There's a Walking Dead one. There's a Guardians of the Galaxy one. There's a few others. Anyway, but I just decided to get the Batman one, and it's really cool. You can there's different dialogue trees, and depending on how you answer questions or respond to people in different tones of voices or how fast you respond, you can get I think there's up to 10 different endings or 10,
Oh, wow.
Anyway, and then throughout the game it changes. But it's been really cool, and the animation style is kind of cool. It's like one of those cell shaded type things where it's it's not about how gorgeous the graphics are. It's more about how it
Experience,
more about the story, more about the experience. So I thought that's really cool. I'm about halfway through it. So yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Sounds good. Adam, what are you watching?
So as I said before, I watched Kong Skull Island, something I wanted to see in theaters, but just never got around to. And I don't think it got it's supposed to be part of that monster universe with Godzilla, and it didn't get. In my impression, was quite the same reviews as Godzilla, which I loved that movie. I thought that movie was amazing.
Godzilla?
I saw that. Yeah,
Oh,
the
yeah.
new one.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that in IMAX, and I was just blown away.
Oh, yeah.
It was like I was there. And I liked Kong Skull Island. I thought it was a good movie. I wish he kept the same.
Can you repeat that?
Filming
You backed out a little bit. Can you repeat that?
Oh, sorry. I liked Kong Skull Island. I'm glad I watched it. I would have enjoyed it if I saw. I wouldn't have been disappointed if I saw it in theaters. But one thing that I wish they did is I wish they kept with the same style they told the story with as they did in Godzilla, because the way Godzilla that story unfolded was so natural. You just followed Ford through, he's coming home from war overseas. He's going to see his family. And you just follow him through, what he's doing, and everything sort of happens around him. That's how I see how that movie happened.
Right. He's
but
kind of a victim.
Right. He's coming home, and his dad is crazy, and he goes to see his dad, and he's got this past with something that happened when they were younger and living in Japan, and he's sort of going through the motions, and things just keep happening around him, and he's almost forced to be involved with the story. He's forced to be involved with the story, whereas Kong Skull Island, they're forcing themselves into the story.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? It's a very different approach, and I think Godzilla was different in that way, and Kong Skull Island was more formulaic in how the story was told. Not to say that was a bad thing. It started out with John Goodman is trying to get his program running, Monarch, which we know now is a real thing from Godzilla, and he wants to go to this island that is surrounded by a perpetual storm, and it goes into, so it's him and one other guy as their research team, and then there's a governmental research team that goes along with them, and then a group of army guys and a tracker, and Brie Larson is the photographer that goes with them. So there's a lot of parts, but they work together really well, and it's good. I would definitely recommend seeing it. I don't want to give too much away, but I would definitely recommend seeing it.
What did you watch it on?
HBO Go. It's on
Okay.
HBO Go.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
I also watched 2 weeks ago. I couldn't remember it for last week, but I watched John Wick 2. Loved it. Just heart pounding action the entire time. I personally I like the first one better, but this one was still very entertaining, and I'm excited for John Wick 3.
I haven't seen either.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Oh really? It's a big total guy movie.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Total movie.
I want to see if you agree, Adam. The big difference between John Wick 1 and 2, and I don't know how recently you watched John Wick 1, but the fight scenes in 1 and 2 felt very similar, but in the first one they went for longer takes. In the second one, there was more of that like shuffle in front of your eyes, like you don't really follow it. There are still some like ones from the first one very similarly choreographed, but there were a lot more like, oh shit, what the fuck's going on? It's dark. There's
what am I
body parts
looking at?
moving. Exactly. Who's hitting who? Right.
Yeah, definitely. I could see that.
But I don't want to give anything away, but there's a few awesome parts, Adam, where he's going to pick up his suit and his guns, like when he goes to the what do they call it? The house, the hotel,
the Continental,
and he goes in and like the guy who gives him his guns, like he's part of the Hitman Association, whatever. You know, he gives these like gold coins to get his shit, and he goes up. It's a sommelier. And, like, he's in this room with all these wines, and then, like, the wine cabinets turn around. But he talks like...
a sommelier.
You know, like a sommelier. He's, like, perfect for after dinner. It's small, light. You know, like... And it's similar. They did it in... and I thought this was, like, maybe they paid homage to... homage to John Wick.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this was the first time it was done ever, but in Baby Driver, they do the same thing. If you remember, when they go to pick up the guns... And the little short guy in the white suit was like the butcher. And he's like, I have all types of cuts of meat.
Yeah,
it's like the sausage. Right. It was like that, but he was a sommelier. It was fucking perfect. And then he goes to a tailor. Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm glad you said that because I would have totally forgot to mention this. John Wick 2 was really cool because they're built. You really got to see them build a universe.
Yes,
you know what I mean. They have their own language. They have their own locations. There's different groups of assassins that you really got to dive into. Guy.
And not to mention,
John Wick 2, all homeless guys are part of a group of assassins.
Yeah, and led up by
They have a network, and they all report back to one guy.
Yeah, and it's Lawrence Fishburne. So Morpheus and Neo are back.
That's funny.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Cool.
I have to rewatch that because that's just the scene in the Continental is like enough just to like want it. And then he goes to the tailor and he gets his suit. But obviously, it's like lined with bulletproof, whatever, and it looks like it's fucking awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah, very very cool.
So finally, I'm eating up a lot of time here, and I won't dive too deep into this. I finished reading It, which I really, really enjoyed. I'm very excited to see the second installation. I'm very interested to see how they do it because a lot of the parts, while they're adults, is recalling their time as children. So there are a few instances where they're visited by it as adults, and then of course the big showdown at the end. But for the most part, it was them recalling, like trying to remember what happened to them as kids. So it made me wonder if they'll have flashbacks in chapter 2.
Interesting.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I'm gonna Sean, I'll fill you in on what I thought of it this weekend. I was gonna tell Matt more about it on our ride up to New Hampshire.
Can't wait.
But I'll try to keep it as spoiler free as possible. But as far as the final battle goes, from the movie to the book as children, totally different.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Very, 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 very different.
Well, have you seen the original movie yet?
No, I haven't.
You need to watch that because then you can like really know everything about it.
Yeah, really compare.
You know what I mean?
You know what else is interesting, and I don't think this is a big spoiler per se. So I wasn't afraid. Like nothing in the book bothered me. You know what I mean? Like Eddie's afraid of lepers, and Ben's afraid of mummies, and what's his name? Richie's afraid of the werewolf, like Frankenstein, like all these kid things that they're afraid of. And so none of that really bothered me. And then they get to the end, right? And this is his children, and they get to the final boss, and it's supposed to be the closest perception of its true form to humans, to the human eye, something along those lines. And of course, it is a giant black hairy spider with red eyes.
Yeah, you have to watch the original.
and I am afraid. Like I do not like big ass spiders.
Yeah.
So,
So watch the original and let me know what you think. Because that's
Great.
how I remembered. I was surprised we didn't see that so much.
great.
Yeah. No, it's like really bad animatronics. I mean, it's like it's not gonna scare you.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be like you'll feel creepy or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's. Let me know how you feel about that when you watch it because I'm curious to see somebody who's read it and watch both new ones.
Okay.
See-
Yeah,
see
I'll
the
have
top.
to do that.
That finishing that book's a
Jen,
feat. It's-
I don't know if you heard, but Jen said not in this house.
Okay.
Well,
Fair enough.
I gotta watch it on my own time.
Sean, what are you
Carve
watching?
out 3 hours. I finished South Park season 19.
That's the newest
Whoa.
season?
No, it's not. But it's the PC Principal one, which
that's
I've
so
been told like I need to watch, and it's currently my my moral compass when it comes to PC culture. I think it's ingenious. I think it has a lot of good things to say, just like every South Park season. And I'm not gonna go that far into it. But I thought it was hilarious, and like for 20 plus years now, South Park can keep me laughing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I think I'm 2 seasons behind on South Park. The last season I watched was the PC Principal one, and like that was an amazing character to add. I love PC Principal, and I'm so glad they kept him around. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
he's still yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's still around.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. It's a pretty hilarious storyline.
Omaze, this website that raises money for different charities, it's kind of like a Kickstarter, but different celebrities and things go to it, and they say, you could win a dinner with me and whatever, and do something, and all the money that people send in for the sweepstakes, like tickets, go to whatever charity. The South Park guys, Trey Parker and Matt Stone, are doing one right now, a newest one, and I've never been even close to wanting to enter one of these, except for this one, where if you win, you get to be in South Park as one of the townspeople, and they put your likeness in the show.
Are you serious?
And they'll add you to every episode where they show big crowds of people. You'll be in there,
Oh,
and you'll get to voice the character.
Oh my god!
You'll get to voice the character and go hang out with them in Colorado at their studio and like
Holy
hang out where
shit.
South Park is made for like the day and like. And I've never been so close to wanting to. It's like
God,
$10 a
I'm
ticket.
in.
I'm
I'm in.
gonna do 10 tickets. I
I'm
think.
in.
Like I'm gonna
I'm
fucking
in.
like I'm.
Oh yeah, I'm 100% entering.
So it's Omaze. It's OMAZE.com/South Park. And I feel I'm shitty putting that out there because now my chances are even less. But it fucking looks so cool, and like I'm
Holy
so glad
shit.
you said
I
you
wanna be
watched
in South Park.
because isn't that fucking awesome? So you sit down with their animators, and like he said, you can take away any blemishes or accentuate any features you might have. And like like Matt Stone like points to his like crotch area. So that's cool. Anyway. That's going to do it for the Make Movies Great Again podcast, episode 42 for December 5th, 2017. Thank you all for listening. Go watch some movies.